Hi guys, Mike Sperduti here. And I got a fantastic call just a few minutes ago from my friend Evan. And Evan has been following me for a while on LinkedIn, and then he attended one of my workshops down in MedTrade in Las Vegas. And we've had a nice relationship working together over the few years that he's been in the DME business. And so Evan called me today thanking me for advice that I gave him on how to get a job, getting out of the HME industry and moving into the medical device industry. And we gave him a little strategy, and he actually beat out all the competition. Some of that competition had industry experience that he didn't have. And I thought this would be a good video to share because I'm on a high because he got the job, and congratulations, Evan, you're the man. It was all you, baby. But I'll tell you right now, there is a strategy that I actually taught my mom when she had to get a job. My dad passed away, and my mom had to get back into the workforce. And I actually gave this strategy to my mom to get a very high-powered job that she, quite frankly, at the time was not qualified for. But there's a strategy that you can use to elicit their hiring criteria and make you be the candidate that's perfect to fill that particular job. So I want to share that with you. And just like my mom, just like Evan, it'll help you get the job. And this is good for all you folks that are newly entering the marketplace, for you folks who aren't happy with where you are today with your current job and you want to move, if you want to change industries. This is the strategy. You have to turn the tables on the person that's interviewing you. So they can ask you a question like, so what makes you think that you're the ideal candidate for the job? All right? You don't answer the question. And here's the reason why. The person who asks the questions is in control. So you want to assume control by feeding back the question to them. And so you'll say, so the first question you're going to ask them to take control is, I'm really glad that you asked that question because I want to make sure that I am the right fit for your company because I only want to bring value to whomever it is that I work for. And I really respect this company, what you've done over the last few years, or you fill in, again, value statements about why you're excited to work for them. That being said, I'm interested to hear from you specifically what are the top 3 things that make the ideal candidate for this job, that the must-haves that you're going to make that hiring decision on. So what's the most important thing that a candidate would need to get this job? And write that down. And then the second thing, what's the second thing, the most important criteria that the perfect candidate would need to get the job? And write that down. And just keep on eliciting, go down until you've exhausted that thought process. Now, what's interesting is a lot of you may think, wait a second, does that really work? And the answer is yes. The human brain in a dialogue and a conversation, it's just natural that you follow whatever it is. So whenever you ask a question, we're conditioned to respond to answer that question. So they will fold right into your strategy right away. Now, once you've elicited their hiring criteria, what you do is you just say, well, the most important thing that you said that you need from the perfect candidate is that they need to understand communication skills. And one of the reasons why I think that I can be the ideal candidate is, and then bring in all your experience relative to communication skills. Let's say that they said that they wanted you to demonstrate previous success in taking a territory that was cold into a profitable territory. Let's say their criteria was a certain level of educational experience. As long as you have the criteria, you can't lie and make up the criteria, but as long as you can match your skills, your experience with their hiring criteria, you then will demonstrate to them better than anybody else their selection, and they should choose you over every one of your competitors. Why? Because you're going through their checklist with them. The other people are answering questions that, quite frankly, you don't understand where they are in the value chain. So my best advice, and this has worked for me my entire career for people that I've coached, it's very, very powerful. You take control of the interview, you elicit their hiring criteria, you write everything down, and then you start from the beginning and you go through each and every one of their points and you make you be the candidate. I hope that helps. Send me stories if you have questions. I love questions. Write them in on LinkedIn. We'll address them. And go out there, get that job today.